Oh, jeez. Already in here, eh? Well. First, I started stream like 2 minutes ago. That was fast. Probably broke the record for the quickest chat from me turning the stream on to somebody actually typing in chat. You're a world record holder now. First and only? Yes, and only. That is also true. We're not wrong. Maybe we'll get some more. I joined it from 1 second. Jesus. A speed demon over there. It's almost like I actually have a dedicated viewer. That's insane. I'm amazed. I know you're staying up late for it too. That's the more impressive thing. I know it's like 1 a.m. or something over there for you. You're just sitting here and wait. There's no way. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Finally. It's like you stay on just to wait for me to start stream, and then you're like, okay, hello, how's it going? It's 2 a.m., time to go to bed. True. True and real. Yeah, next time you do the that story game you were playing, you gotta bring me into Discord, and I'll do some of the male voices, right? Because that's all I've been doing is just reading dialogue for all the sections that haven't been voice acted. I think I'm getting pretty good. Doing all right. And because it's like difficult English, my pronunciation has been quite intricate as of late. I liked it. It was boring. And it's like a like I've played those games before, right? And it's like, okay, it's a story game, but if you want the best, right? Then you gotta pay for it. I mean, it wasn't boring. It was kind of interesting. Like, it was cool that it had like werewolves and magic and that fantasy element. Like, I thought that was pretty interesting. And you said it was like a romance story. So I was like, oh, there's like fantasy and magic and monsters and like a romance story. That's pretty cool. But it was a little slow. And then if you wanted the best stuff, right? Like, I wanted to see the best outfits, right? Which of course are the most revealing. You gotta pay for it. Or if you want, you know, to go with your husbando, Mr. Holmes, then you gotta pay for it. Or, you know, certain decisions cost money and stuff like that. And it's like, it's a little limiting, right? But, you know, all in all, interesting. If you're gonna play games though, I think Risk and like other stuff need to donate to game. Yeah, it's a gacha game, right? Like there's ones like it, like, or collect diamonds. Yeah, and it's really slow to collect diamonds. Like you get 2 from finishing a story, but the decisions make like take like 10 or more. Or yeah, watching ads, right? And you can watch ads, but each ad gives you like a few diamond. I should learn Risk. I know how to play Risk. I don't know how to like be a pro Risk player, right? Like I understand how to play and like for fun and stuff, Play with chat today. Oh, so you actually invited chat to a game. Oh, very interesting. That's awesome. I don't think I have it though, but I would definitely like buy it next time you play, just so that I could like play with you in chat. Yeah, go to bed, Bonnie. It's nice to see you. Take care. Sweet dreams. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta support my fellow affiliates and such. I know, I'm not actually an affiliate. You can't do it. It's hard to support me. Alright, see ya. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Foth are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake? Oh, I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Oriange? I'm not sure I've ever asked. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Oriange? That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Hello. Oh, hello. Well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals. What a treat. I, my comrades, and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course, you may have it. You shall have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? Oh ho, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us, for we Foth, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King. Nor the world, for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate, and come hither to our domain. Don Meg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through, give us thrilling sport, and we shall give you the crown. Oh wait, I don't have to do this. Oh, I can do... this.
My strength is yours. Our fates are not yet sealed.
I can do Instapop. It's like Alice in Wonderland looking.
Keep your guard up.
Excuse me? This is a bait, maybe?
And more
Oh, okay. Oh, come on.
good show.
Oh, you do not hold back. But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course! Of course! There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More? I want to see more of him.
Yes! Yes! I could watch him forever!
Why don't we just make him one of us? Yes! One of us!
One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Wake up! Wake up, damn you! Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can. I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Fwath is do not deal with the Fwath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
I'm going back in. Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. There was nothing where we looked. Oh. Yo. Dear gods, were it not for Sorbonne's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I am glad to see you safe and well. Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore, only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fwath kept that part of the bargain, at least. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Soline, is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmeg, mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Yulmorian army, at a guess. Meaning we can play with them? As much as you like, but just to be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphino is coming, then Elise will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. Alright, just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. Don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before. Indeed you have. Well, very well then. See you afterwards. With our enemies fast approaching, time is of the essence. We must needs accomplish our mission with all possible haste. Of the two remaining bearers of the relics, the Numoa are the nearer. We shall seek them out next. Among the Feyfolk, they bear the distinction of being embedded in these lands since before the Flood. They are also the friendliest to men, and have served me faithfully whensoever I have called upon them. Indeed, they are the source of much of the knowledge I have acquired in my time here. The path leadeth past my dwellings. Let us away. Past yonder cliff lieth Plani, home of the Numo. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. If the path striketh thee as perceptious, 'tis because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley. in whose midst thrived the city of Obert. It was only when the Fwath came, in the wake of the flood, that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands, where shepherds once tended their flock. Though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Minfilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even when there no eighth umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not that we shall prevail. Ah, mortals, just as we thought. Hast thou business with us? Business, ha! Nothing so boring. We smelled you coming, and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Lidhalran. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. Mayhap another day. Oh, in some haste are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Teleportation magic. For a mercy we were not sent far from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak, 'tis called. A most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee, under its aegis. Thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. In other good news, the new Moa village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Oriange deigns to join us. Ah, mortals are here. Lots of them. I thought you said the Nummo were man's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. 'Twas beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder. Wide Enk. Wide Enk, Tierney. It hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Nummo. The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over, Ligya? That is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you. If the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our Fey cousins, we Nummo have called this land our home since time immemorable. Leaving is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. We'll defeat Titania. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say that this man is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the Cain, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, he hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. He is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but he harboureth the self-same desire to see the Sin-Eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not grant us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You have always done right by us, Urianger. If you have placed your faith in this man, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the Sin-Eaters. But, that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. We don't have a turn of the moon, unless we want to debate this with the Eomoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee to simply roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now, a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair. Unfair, I tell you. In happier times, it was our honor to assist mortals in need, and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Vobert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Urianger. I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while, and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? You will offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see. Perhaps you can begin with Maranase. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Vobert. With the Knights gone, however, Maranase has had no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. 1182, 1183, 1184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Wow, who, what, where? Wait, you're a mortal. Huzzah, huzzah! Well met. Yes, very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right new mole. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. The stone appears to be a large horn. Perhaps if we were to blow into one of the holes, it would summon an Amaro, though it may be prudent to leave a rental fee just in case. Ah, you are returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder. Used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. Huzzah! 2 moss fungus legs as befits the work. I have neither more nor less expected of us than what we can provide. There is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability, and too much means you question our integrity. You've given me fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I'm pleased to say that all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here's the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest Iskiev yonder. Judging from your equipment, 'tis plain you're no stranger to battle. I believe Iskiev will have something to offer you. To have so many men visit us at once, this is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. We would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash, with no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you will be curious as to what I have to offer. I am a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. Okay, so I gotta remove mushrooms. Oh, here we are. They're like purple. Oh, what's up here? Oh, it's up here. You've already removed the flame spores. How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. I wasn't spying on you or anything. I've just finished my task, and I should go and report back. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses, for a little while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Fair every day. I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called Lahi, uh, like, Lygya. The Volperdites built it, and they named it Gruenis Lich. It was their last bastion in the struggle against sin eaters, and now they're gone, all of them. Knights, nobles, and knights, and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing. I must give you what you've earned, and if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you, for a fitting price, of course. Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider Wide Lad? They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. What, you would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're Numo like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them. But you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider it your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Excuse me, Ken, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you, and help in what little way I can. Yeah, you're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their lair to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring back as many as possible. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside, and sure enough, it was milling with new moe. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can, and then come back outside. See you shortly, Ken.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those new moe were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe. I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilius before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together, to the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence, though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you, because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nemo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Mercy, your majesty. We had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Haha, yes, this is the ink. And almost all of it, too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse. But thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What? You had the vision, too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a Sin Eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila! May it serve you well. There's nothing like honorable work. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity. Oh, I should mention that Elder Wide Ink returned a moment ago. If you seek them out, I dare say they'll have tidings for you. Oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wait, that's actually 2, I think. Oh my god. Ken, I know you've already given me your patronage, but will you not consider doing so again? Thank you. I ask that you deliver the pack of mushrooms to Longmire Lake. The recipient is a Fwoth, and he should give you an alchemical concoction in return. Although the Fwoth are a strange folk as a whole, I must warn you that this one is stranger than most. He is far taller than his kindred, for one, and I cannot help but feel unsettled by his presence. He can provide us with what we need, and so we trade with him. But if truth be told, I would sooner not deal with him in person, hence my request to you. Mortal, will you not undertake a task for me? You see, the time has come for my child to be initiated into the ways of magic, and I wish to have a staff fashioned for him. However, some of the materials needed can be only be had from dangerous beasts. I'm giving you given to understanding that you're strong. Got the leg of a moss fungus and the thorn of a witchweed. Do you know what a plaeny is? It's the name of not only our village, but a mushroom, a variety that is exceptionally difficult to grow. Some special items are needed in their cultivation. We're going to use Undyne Heart, a bottle of Fuka blood, and a ball of Phasmid silk. Should I give them this, or should I give them that? I can't decide. There's someone I fancy, and I want to give them a gift, but I don't know what manner of item is best. To get an idea, I thought about asking some of the others what they would like to receive, but I worry that they'll mistake my question as a proposition. If the question were to come from you, though, it wouldn't be a concern. Will you please go and do the asking in my stead? Please, mortal, I require your aid. A precious porksy has been under the weather of late, and it seems some full-blown lilies to get better. I cannot leave its side to do the picking. If you would go in my stead, I promise you a fitting payment. What's my journal at? 13 of 30? Okay. Mortal, I have a task for you, should you be willing. By the shore of the isle from which Lagya rises, there's a leaf man. I want you to go and lay this sword before it. Do this for me, and I will give you a fitting reward. Ah, a mortal. It's a mortal. Please give me your patronage. Please, please, please. You won't regret it, I swear. Just tell me what your troubles are, and I will solve them. Yes, make them disappear. What? You don't have any troubles? Gah, what am I to do? I can't afford to let this opportunity slip by. Please help me, I beg you. Go and ask the others what I must do to win your patronage. Grr, those accursed pixies. I never should have trusted them. I asked them for sheep's milk. They demanded their payment first, and against me my better judgment, I gave it to them. I've not seen neither hide nor hair of them since, but they will rue the day they cheated this new Mo. I'll get my revenge with your help, mortal. Your task is simple. Take these mock ancient texts I've prepared and give them to the pixies. The rest should play out by itself, and I will have my revenge, and you your fitting payment. And if the pixies think to ask where the texts come from, just say that you found them at the church at Dameron Field. Okay, so we've got boom, boom, boom. Oh, and there's even another one over here. Okay. No, not again. Grr, a pox on that pest. My, to appear before me precisely at my time of need, 'tis as if you were a new Mo yourself. It's my mushrooms, the precious mushrooms I grow with tender, loving care. A dastardly pest has been laying them to waste. It sneaks into the cave with the gluttonous, googly eyes and devours my defenseless fungi before vanishing into the wilderness. Rid me of the creature, I beg you. Lure her out using this bowl of sautéed mushroom soup, then strike it down. Okay. So... You wish to give me something, you say? Oh, it says here there's a secret flower garden, and the way will be revealed if one makes an offering of sheep's milk to the leafmen north of here. I must go and tell everyone, right after I've had my fill of the garden. Well, now what's a mortal doing here? This was at the church. Let's see now. It tells you the way to get to a secret garden. All you need is sheep's milk, and it just so happens we have the extra we didn't give the new Mo. I'll go and test it out at once. Use an Aetherite ticket to teleport free of charge. No. Well, never have I heard of such a naive Numo. All know that patronage cannot be forced. Nay, it must come about naturally, arise out of necessity. What would I be happy to receive? I suppose a grimoire wouldn't go astray. It never hurts to have more knowledge. Now my precious Porksy can recover. Will I feed it the lilies, you ask? After a fashion. Being an arcane entity, it cannot simply eat them. Instead, I will infuse it with the flower's ether. To the creature, it would be as drinking sweet nectar. A sure way to lift the spirits. My thanks again, and please accept this as a fitting payment of your kindness. They wish to know how they might win your patronage. If you yourself do not know, there is little and less chance that someone else would. You place the sword. Lest you wonder, the Leafman was once a knight of Obert, a valiant soul who remained to protect the castle from sin-eaters while others fled around him. While he fought bravely, he was ultimately wounded by a creature with the touch. But ere he could turn into a monster, a pixie transformed him into a Leafman. Callous though they can be, pixies can understand the desire to protect one's home. That's why they took pity on the knight and spared him a fate worse than death. I was there too, but frozen by fear as I was, I could do naught but watch. Ashamed, I swore to the knight that one day I will find a cure for him. Until that day comes, I look after his sword, ensuring that it's always ready for his use again. To be sure, I could have as easily taken the sword back myself, but I wanted you to know of the knight and his sacrifice. He also would have enjoyed the company of a fellow mortal, I believe. You gave the pixies the texts, and they believed it. Haha, such sweet revenge. Here, mortal, the fitting payment for your excellent service. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have sheep's milk to collect. My choice of a gift? Why, a porksy for certain. There's nothing more useful than a trusty familiar, and the more adorable it is, the better. Our friend is being too hasty. It's well and good to desire honor, but one mustn't obsess over it. Tell them they could stand to relax a little. I'm afraid this is rather unimaginative, but I'm quite partial to flowers. We can't grow them in the cave, and they would help to brighten up the village. Gah, what a quandary this is. The mere thought of going makes me wince. What ails me? I'm supposed to take myself to Little Ran to trade, but I have a strong aversion to the pixies and their antics. I realize this is sudden, but won't you go in my stead? If you are willing, please see this bag of nubcap spores to a pixie named Julfeo. In return, they should give you some flower seeds. Oh, and if they try any tricks on you, incant the word law. It will allow you to exact some small revenge. I pray you won't have to resort to it, however. Whatever will I do with that willful thing? You see, my porksy familiar flew away and refuses to come back. I've tried to catch it several times now with no joy. It seems to think we're playing a game, and flutters off at the first sight of me, but I dare say a stranger such as you will have better luck. Will you not try to catch it for me? I, of course, will give you a fitting payment in return. Here, take this vial of succulent scent and sprinkle it over yourself. The porksy loves the smell, and it should afford you an opening to capture it. Tell me what you learned. I see. Yes, I believe I can finally decide. Thank you ever so much. When I was little, a mortal told me that a gift isn't something one must give, but something one wants to give. For a long time, I didn't understand what his words meant, but that changed when I met them. Simply thinking of them makes me want to give them a gift. And thanks to you, I'm confident I can choose one that will bring a smile to their face. Please accept this as a fitting payment. Did you learn how I might win your patronage? Please tell me you did. Is that what they said? Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I've been too obsessed with honor and I need to relax. And I know the perfect way to do that. I need an Ekfor. Please go and catch one for me. Spirited as the creature's is, it's like to put up a fight. You must weaken it first before slipping the sack over it. Okay. Yeah, let me do all the side quests, and then I'm gonna go get some food. I go boom, boom, teleport here, boom, boom, teleport back. Yes, yes, I've been expecting you. Come, let's see those materials then. Ah, this is fine quality stuff. With these I have everything I need. Let Osei Sigun know that I will set work on the training staff at once. You begin smelling like sausages. Your succulent scent has lured the pork scene into a blissful daze. Now is your chance to capture it. Oh. Go down here. You're late. In here I thought Numo were supposed to be wait, you're a Fail Ool sapling. Come on, let's play, let's play. Oh, the nubcap spores. Tee, these are gonna be so much fun. I'm going to throw these at other pixies. Do you know what will happen? It'll make them go numb all over. They won't be able to move a finger. But I mustn't forget my side of the bargain. You may collect your bags of flower seeds from the fields. I've taken the liberty of leaving them here, there, and everywhere. After all, I never made any promises about handing the seeds to you here. Oh, it tingles, it prinkles, it stings. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go grab food. Turn in, yeah, I'll turn my stream off. I'm gonna grab food, come back, turn in all my stuff, do main quest line, and continue on. But I'm kind of hungry, so I'll be back in a bit.